As you probably already know, the rumors about a Persona 3 remake were true after all. A few days ago, Atlus West accidentally posted a trailer of it on their Instagram account. Its purpose was to be shown during the Xbox showcase from a couple of days ago, so the trailer featured in there concluded after only 1 minute long, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Officially, this is a remake of the original version of Persona 3. Now, let me emphasize that because it'll be important later on when I explain the controversy. A remake of the original version of Persona 3. The game is one big influential JRPG that popularized the idea of mixing role-playing with dating simulation, in this case set in a high school. While not the first one doing it, and certainly not the one that made it popular in Japan, it is indeed the one that popularized it in the West, which is why we've seen a lot of JRPGs that include such features nowadays. We got Persona 3 mostly to thank for that. It was a fantastic game and a masterpiece for its time. Later though, Persona 4 was released and included less dark themes, more relatable circumstances, and full control of your party members during battle. That's important, because it was something that initially alienated a lot of fans when Persona 3 was released. Long story short, I think the remake is very important since Atlus is doing something from scratch to try and bring it back to old fans and to introduce it to modern audiences. And as you can see once again, it's gonna be using the graphic engine of Persona 5 and the same graphical style. Now, Persona 3 was released as an exclusive to PS2 in 2006. A year later, what seemed to be a definitive version of it came also as an exclusive, Persona 3 FES. It featured an expanded story, new NPCs to bond with, and a brand new sequel called The Answer. This one, starring Aigis now, removed the social gameplay mechanics and focused on its narrative and its dungeon crawling experience. In 2011, a port was done for the PSP, Persona 3 Portable. It removed the option to walk around town and offered a slightly butchered interface instead, but its biggest addition was an entire new option where you could play as a female protagonist. Story remained the same, but changed plenty circumstances to adapt to the option of the female MC. However, The Answer was not featured in this version. Earlier this year, a so-called remaster of this PSP version was released, digital only, on modern platforms to a commercial disaster. While everything else seemed fine, the release was criticized mostly for its graphics, but that's not the point. The point is that Atlus released what fans see as a half-ass remaster, only to be slapped in the face a few months later with the remake announcement. I still think it's good news despite this, but yeah, you get the idea. So why the hell am I telling you all this? Well, to elaborate on the controversy. You see, big fans like myself aren't too happy about something. Both The Answer from the FES version and the female MC from the portable version will not be featured in the upcoming remake. For many years, we fans have been waiting for some kind of definitive version of this excellent game. According to what we saw in the trailer, it seems that players will finally have control of the whole party during battle. But the awesome and important sequel, The Answer, is gone. So is the female protagonist. Why? Well, The Answer isn't just a short epilogue chapter to conclude the Persona 3 arc, it's a whole new 20+ hours long adventure, pretty much its own RPG with full character development, several floors in the dungeon, and a true closure, meaning a true ending. Was it so hard to remake that game too? Maybe, considering it's, like I said, a separate RPG of its own. Maybe they didn't have enough budget to do it, to remake the FES version. Now, remember when I said at the beginning that they were remaking the original version? Well, that's exactly what's gonna happen here. Reload is a remake of the vanilla version from 2006, not FES, not portable. Again, why? Why remake the vanilla version when there was already a definitive version called FES? Well, let me tell you my theory as to why. It sure as hell ain't about the money, since Atlus has been milking Persona 5 over and over and over again, and they continue to do so now with the upcoming strategy RPG Persona 5 Tactica, which was also announced during the Xbox livestream. So I'm guessing the answer will probably be a paid DLC after the release of Reload. That's right. Obviously there is no guarantee of this, maybe the answer will never be remade, or perhaps it'll come as its own game in the future. Or there could also be a Persona 3 Royal Edition, including the answer and some new stuff. Also, Atlus can sell to us the game again for the 6th time. I'm calling it. I do hope they prove me wrong, but in recent interviews, the producer clearly specified that the answer and the female MC will not be included in the remake. He said, however, that this does not mean that certain elements in the main story added in FES are not included in Reload at all. Can he be even more cryptic than that? Persona 3 Reload is set to be released early in 2024. Are you excited about this? I gotta say that despite all, I still am! But as a big fan of the game, as a big fan of the FES version, the one they should remake in my opinion, and as a big fan of Aegis, I'm very disappointed that the answer won't be featured. When will we get the definitive version of this game, Atlus? When? That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching.